I just signed a contract with our biggest competitor. Right here, right now, in front of my boss, the CEO, and a client who pays us $2 million a year. My hand is shaking as I hit send on 3 resignation emails, and I'm about to watch everything explode. Let me back up for a second. My name is Sarah Chen. I'm 32 years old, and until about 90 seconds ago, I was the only person keeping this entire company from falling apart. The only person making sure the software worked. The only person answering emergency calls at 3 in the morning. And they just paid me $74,000 a year to do it. Past tense, because I don't work here anymore. Sarah, what are your thoughts on the uptime requirements? My manager's voice cuts through my thoughts. His name is Derek Williams, and he makes $50,000 more than me to basically forward my emails and take credit for my work. I look up from my phone. We're sitting in the biggest conference room at Tech Vision Digital. 15 people around this massive table. The CEO, Marcus Reynolds, is sitting 2 seats away from me, checking his watch like he has somewhere better to be. Next to him is Jennifer Park from Megacorp Industries, our second biggest client. My laptop is open. On the screen is a job offer from Quantum Solutions, Tech Vision's main competitor. Base salary, $128,000. That's $54,000 more than what I make now. I've been staring at it for the past 5 minutes. The accept button is right there. Here's the thing nobody in this room knows. 3 hours ago, I had my annual review. I asked for a raise. I asked for help. I asked for literally anything that would make my life sustainable. They said no. They said no after I worked 70-hour weeks for an entire year. No after I fixed critical failures on Christmas morning. No after I saved them from losing this exact client we're meeting with right now. So I updated my LinkedIn profile, and within 2 hours, Quantum Solutions called me. Within 4 hours, they sent an offer letter. Now I'm sitting here, and I have to decide. Do I keep suffering, or do I burn this place to the ground? My finger moves to the accept button. I click it. The digital signature field pops up. I type my name. I check the box that says, I accept all terms and conditions. I hit submit. 5 seconds later, my email pings. Welcome to Quantum Solutions. Your contract is official. I open a new email. Type 3 addresses, HR, Derek, and the executive group email. Every single executive in this room is on that list. Subject, resignation, effective immediately. I don't write much, just I'm resigning, effective now. I accepted another job. All the system passwords and documentation are in the shared drive. Good luck. My cursor hovers over send. Derek is still talking about uptime and service level agreements and metrics that I'm the only person here who actually understands. I hit send, and I watch the chaos begin. Okay, so you're probably wondering how I got here. Let me tell you. Because this didn't happen overnight. This was 4 years of slowly drowning while everyone around me pretended everything was fine. 4 years ago, I got hired at Tech Vision Digital as a systems engineer. The salary was $68,000. The job description said I'd be supporting the technical team and ensuring system reliability. What they meant was, you're going to be the only person who actually knows how anything works, and we're going to work you until you break. But I didn't know that yet. I was so excited on my first day. I had a computer science degree, 3 years of experience, and I genuinely believed that hard work got rewarded. I know, I was naive, But I was 28 years old and still thought the world was fair. Within 6 months, I'd fixed so many problems that the company saved about $300,000 in emergency costs. My manager literally cried when he saw the numbers. "You're incredible, Sarah," he said. "You're going to do amazing things here." That manager left 8 months later. He got a better job at Google. He tried to take me with him. I said no because I thought loyalty mattered. Biggest mistake of my life. That's when Derek became my boss. Derek, who once asked me if the cloud was an actual cloud in the sky. Derek, who introduces me to clients as our tech person, like I'm some teenager who fixes computers at Best Buy. My first year under Derek, I got a 2% raise. That's $1,360 more per year, before taxes. The cost of living went up by 3% that year, so technically I got a pay cut. But they promoted me. New title, Senior Systems Engineer. With the promotion came more responsibility, way more, and that extra $1,360. It's not about the money, Derek told me. It's about growth. You're positioning yourself for something big. The something big turned out to be managing a $4 million project by myself. Well, technically I had one junior developer helping me, but he spent most of his time asking me what API meant. I worked nights, weekends, holidays. My boyfriend broke up with me because I missed his birthday, our anniversary, and about 50 date nights in a row. "You care more about work than me," he said. He was right. But not because I wanted to, because I had no choice. I finished that project in 7 months. It should have taken a team of 8 people at least a year. The clients were thrilled. The company made millions. And at my next review, I asked for a raise to $92,000. That was still below market value, but I thought it was fair. They offered me $74,500. A $6,000 raise after delivering a $4 million project solo. I took it because I was still in that mindset of be grateful for what you get. But something started changing inside me. Something small at first. A tiny voice in my head that said, "This isn't right." Year 3 was when everything got really bad. They put me in charge of 9 major client accounts. Not 8, not 7, 9. These accounts brought in almost $9 million a year, and I was managing all of them, alone. Every time I asked for help, and I asked constantly, the answer was the same. "You're handling it great, Sarah. We don't see the need to expand the team." Translation, why would we pay someone else when you're doing the work of 5 people for 1 salary? My phone never stopped ringing. Ever. 2 in the morning, server crash. 4:30 a.m., database error. Sunday afternoon, security breach. Christmas Eve, critical failure that required 8 hours of emergency fixes. I remember one specific day. I was at lunch with my sister, the first time I'd seen her in 3 months. My phone started buzzing. Emergency alert. Megacorp Industries was down. Revenue impacting outage. "I have to go," I said, already standing up, already leaving. I spent 4 hours in my car in that parking lot, laptop balanced on my steering wheel, fixing a problem that wasn't even my fault. The junior developer had deployed bad code, but it was my emergency. Always my emergency. My sister texted me later, "This isn't normal. What they're doing to you isn't okay." I didn't respond, because if I admitted she was right, I'd have to face what that meant. I started keeping detailed records. Every after-hours call, every weekend I worked, every holiday they interrupted, I became obsessed with documenting everything. The numbers were insane. In 1 year, I handled 247 after-hours emergency calls. Company policy said each person should handle 60 to 80 calls per year maximum. I did more than triple that. For my $74,000 salary, while Derek made $127,000 to basically do nothing except forward my status reports. But here's the thing that really broke me. I started having panic attacks, real ones, where I couldn't breathe and my vision went blurry and I thought I was dying. The first one happened at my desk. I was trying to respond to 3 emergencies at once, and suddenly my chest felt like someone was sitting on it. I couldn't get air. I thought I was having a heart attack. I went to the ER. 4 hours and $2,000 later, the doctor said, "You're not having a heart attack. You're having severe anxiety. You need to reduce your stress levels immediately." I went back to work the next day, because what else was I supposed to do? The medical bills kept piling up. $3,400 that year just for stress-related problems. And TechVision's insurance covered almost nothing. 6 months ago, I had my annual review. I walked in with a presentation. Everything documented. Market research showing people in my role made between $115,000 and $135,000. My contributions, my impact on company revenue, the literal cost to my health. I need a raise that reflects reality, I said. And I need help, a team, even one other person, because this isn't sustainable. Marcus Reynolds, the CEO, was in that meeting. He leaned back in his chair and smiled. Actually smiled, like this was amusing. "Sarah, you're incredibly valuable to us," he said, "but we're in a tough economy right now. We can't add headcount. As for salary," he looked at Jennifer from HR, "we can offer $78,500, she said. $4,000 more per year, $333 per month before taxes. For being available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, managing $9 million in client accounts, and destroying my health in the process." Something cracked inside me in that moment, like a dam finally breaking. "I need to think about it," I said. What I really needed was an exit plan. 2 weeks after that disaster meeting, I got a message on LinkedIn. "Sarah Chen, I've been watching your work at TechVision for a while now. I'm the CTO at Quantum Solutions, and we're looking for exactly your skills. Interested in talking?" His name was Robert Martinez. Quantum Solutions was TechVision's biggest competitor. They were smaller, but growing fast, and they had a reputation for actually treating employees like human beings. I took the call during my lunch break, sitting in my car where nobody could hear. "Tell me about your current role," Robert said. I told him everything. The 9 client accounts, the solo operation, the constant emergencies, the refused raises. And as I talked, I heard something in his voice I hadn't heard in years. Anger on my behalf. "Wait," Robert interrupted. "You're managing $9 million in contracts alone? With no team? And they pay you what?" $78,000, if I accept their latest offer." Silence. Then, "Sarah, do you know what you should be making?" "I've researched it, between $115 and $135. We'd start you at $128, with a full team reporting to you, normal hours, actual vacation time, and we'd treat you like the expert you are, not like a machine." I wanted to cry. Instead, I said, "I want to move forward." I did 3 interviews over 2 weeks. Technical assessment, leadership evaluation, culture fit. And with each conversation, I became more certain I'd been living in an exploitation factory disguised as a career. My friend Michelle used to work at TechVision. She left 2 years ago for a startup and had been trying to get me to leave ever since. I met her for coffee during this process. "You look terrible," she said bluntly, "like you're dying." "I'm in final rounds with Quantum," I told her. Her whole face changed. "Sarah, please, please take it. They offered 128, a real team, normal work-life balance. Then what are you waiting for?" Michelle's voice got loud. People at nearby tables looked over. "TechVision has been using you as a slave for years. They don't value you. They value your produce while paying you poverty wages. That's not a job. That's exploitation." By this point, I'd documented everything. Not to use against anyone, just to see it clearly. Because maybe if I saw the numbers, I'd finally believe what everyone was telling me. Total after-hours work in 4 years, 1,342 hours. My total raises, $10,760, 15.8%. Increase in my responsibilities, 314%. Market rate for my role, 34%. My salary compared to market, 35% below average. I sent those numbers to Michelle. She called me immediately. "This is abuse. Financial abuse. You know that, right?" I did. I finally did. Quantum made their official offer on a Tuesday. I had until Friday to accept. But I wanted to give TechVision one last chance, not because they deserved it, but because I needed to know I'd tried everything. Thursday afternoon, I scheduled a meeting with Derek and Jennifer from HR. A 6-month check-in, I called it. That meeting was this morning.
I walked into that meeting at 9 a.m. with printed copies of everything. Every metric, every after-hours call, every refused request. Market research, compensation analysis, all of it. "I need significant changes," I said. "No small talk, no warm-up. I'm drowning. My workload is unsustainable. My compensation is 35% below market. I need real changes or I can't continue." Derek laughed. Actually laughed. "Sarah, everyone's busy. That's just how this industry works. I handled 247 emergency calls last year. The standard is 60 to 80. I'm managing $9 million in contracts alone. This isn't how the industry works. This is exploitation." Jennifer stepped in with her fake calm voice. "We hear you, Sarah, but you have to understand, we're transitioning as a company. Adding people right now isn't possible." "Then give me a timeline. Show me you value me beyond what I produce." They looked at each other. That look that says everything without words. "We'll discuss this and follow up in a few weeks," Marcus Reynolds said. He'd appeared in the doorway, drawn by the sound of someone advocating for themselves. A few weeks, while I was actively having panic attacks and crying in bathroom stalls. "I need an answer today. Not in a few weeks, today." "That's not how this works," Derek said sharply. "You don't make demands." And there it was. The truth they'd been hiding behind corporate speak for 4 years. I wasn't a valued employee. I was a resource to be drained until empty. I stood up, collected my papers, looked at each of them. "Thank you for your time. I have the megacorp meeting at 2. See you there." I walked out, went to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and called Robert Martinez. "I'm accepting. How fast can you send the contract?" "Give me 30 minutes, he said. And that's how I ended up here, in conference room A, at 2 p.m., with my resignation email queued up, with the contract acceptance button right in front of me, with the CEO, my manager, HR, and our second biggest client all sitting around this table, waiting for me to make the move that's going to change everything. So I'm back in this conference room, the Megacorp quarterly meeting. Marcus Reynolds is going through the agenda. Derek is smiling that fake smile. Jennifer Park from Megacorp and her team are asking questions about our service guarantees.
Then Derek turns to me. Sarah, can you speak to our capacity for guaranteed 99.999% uptime? That's 5 nines. Almost impossible to achieve without a solid team and great systems. This is my moment. I look at my phone one more time. The quantum offer is still there. Base salary, $128,000. Team, 6 engineers. Vacation, 4 weeks. Respect, included. I click accept. Enter my signature. Submit. 30 seconds later. Welcome to Quantum Solutions. I open my resignation email. 3 recipients. Subject, resignation effective immediately. I hit send. I watch Derek's phone light up. He glances at it. His face goes pale, then red. Jennifer from HR's watch buzzes. She looks at it. Her eyes go wide. Marcus Reynolds' phone is sitting on the table. A notification pops up. New email, Sarah Chen. He picks it up, reads it. His eyes find mine. Sarah, he says, voice very controlled. Can we speak outside? No, I say simply. I'm in a client meeting. Sarah, Derek tries. I think we should.
Actually, I interrupt, turning to Jennifer Park from Megacorp. I need to tell you something important. As of about 2 minutes ago, I don't work for TechVision anymore. I just accepted a job with a competitor, so any uptime guarantees you're discussing need to account for the fact that the person who's been maintaining your systems for 3 years won't be here. Complete silence. Jennifer Park leans back. You're losing your lead engineer during our contract negotiation. This is completely inappropriate, Marcus starts. What's inappropriate is giving someone a $4,000 raise after their workload increased by 300%. What's inappropriate is making someone work alone on $9 million in contracts. What's inappropriate is treating people like machines instead of humans. We need to pause this meeting, Marcus says, standing. Sarah, conference room B, now. No, I say. I don't work for you. I don't have to go anywhere with you. You're under contract, Derek says. At will employment, I correct him. I checked with a lawyer, twice. Jennifer Park speaks up. Sarah, will you be available for any knowledge transfer? Everything is documented, every password, every process, every system detail. It's all in the shared drive. I documented everything because I kept asking for a team and getting denied, so I prepared for this. When do you start your new job? Asks David Lee, Megacorp's technical director. Monday, 3 days from now. David looks at Marcus. We need to seriously discuss whether you can actually meet our service requirements now. We have a team, Marcus says desperately. Sarah wasn't alone. Yes, I was. That's exactly the problem. I stand up, gather my laptop and phone. Jennifer, David, I say to the Megacorp team, it's been wonderful working with you. You've been the best part of this job. I'm sorry my leaving complicates your contract. Good luck at your new company, Sarah, Jennifer says. Then, looking at Marcus, we should explore other options for next year. I walk out. Derek follows me into the hallway. Sarah, wait. We can beat their offer. Whatever they're paying, we'll beat it. I turn to face him. You didn't value me when I was begging. You don't get to value me now. It's not about money anymore, I say. It's about respect. You can't buy that. I walk to my desk, pack my few personal items, my coffee mug, a photo, a plant. Jennifer from HR appears. Sarah, please, can we talk in my office? No, I say. We should have talked years ago. Marcus Reynolds catches me at the elevator, the CEO himself. He says, name your price.
Seriously, name it. Whatever team you need, we'll make it happen. I say, you had 4 years. You chose not to. I'm making a different choice. The elevator opens. I step in. As the doors close, I see Marcus Reynolds standing there in his expensive suit, looking completely shocked that someone actually left. I feel nothing but relief. That was 18 months ago. Let me tell you what happened next. I started at Quantum Solutions the following Monday. Robert Martinez met me with my new team, 6 brilliant people who were excited to work with me and share the load. Together, we built something amazing, a platform that now serves 14 major clients and brings in $12 million a year. After 8 months, they promoted me to principal architect. Salary, $145,000, plus bonuses, plus stock options, plus the kind of respect you can't put a price on. I haven't had a 3 a.m. panic attack in over a year. I took a 2-week vacation to Europe. I'm dating someone amazing who I actually have time to see. My doctor said my stress levels are normal for the first time in years. As for TechVision, Megacorp renewed their contract that year, but only for 6 months instead of 12 months. They were evaluating alternatives, Jennifer told me. We stayed in touch. TechVision tried to replace me. They hired 2 junior engineers and 1 mid-level architect. The mid-level person quit after 3 months. Same treatment I got, same broken promises. The systems started failing. Small things first, then bigger things. Then a massive outage during Megacorp's biggest sales period that cost them $470,000 in 8 hours. Megacorp didn't renew. They moved to Quantum Solutions. They specifically requested me as their lead architect. The look on Marcus Reynolds' face when he saw me at that contract signing was worth everything. TechVision lost 3 more major clients that year, all citing poor service. Total revenue loss, $6 million. They laid off 30% of their staff, including Derek. He messaged me on LinkedIn asking for a referral. I didn't respond. Marcus Reynolds posted on LinkedIn last month about navigating difficult market conditions. He didn't mention that those conditions were his own fault. I saw Jennifer from HR at a conference 3 weeks ago. She approached me. "How are you doing?" she asked. "Really well," I said. "Thank you for asking." "Things have been hard since you left." "I imagine they have," I said. "Turns out exploitation isn't sustainable." Here's what I learned. Your loyalty should match their investment in you. If they give you the minimum, give them the minimum. Document everything. Numbers don't lie. The right job won't require you to destroy yourself to earn basic decency. And here's the most important part. The best revenge isn't drama. It's building a life so good that your absence becomes their biggest regret. I'm sitting in my office at Quantum right now, leading a team I love, making the money I deserve, and I'm thinking about that moment when I clicked send on my resignation. I don't regret it for a second. Some people said I burned a bridge, that I was unprofessional, that I embarrassed them. But here's the thing. You only maintain bridges that lead somewhere worth going. And TechVision? That bridge led nowhere. So yes, I resigned in front of their biggest client. I watched them panic. I walked out while they scrambled. And now I'm thriving while they're struggling. That's not revenge. That's just natural consequences catching up. And it feels perfect.